Hey guys, right, so I've got a question saying I'm eating nothing but protein and I'm gaining weight rapidly. Okay? They're eating just protein. Just protein. There's a reason I'm repeating that, okay? So here's where there's a misconception, right? Is people say that you can't gain body fat by eating just protein, okay? And the theory behind that is, you know, if you're eating just protein, you're not having any carbohydrates, so your body has to take some of the protein and turn it into glucose via process called gluconeogenesis. I can never say that word properly. And that in its own burns more calories, okay? So you're technically going to ramp up your metabolism by eating just protein. Now, the reason I keep going just protein and I sound like a fucking advert is I asked this individual, what kind of protein you eating? Now, some of the proteins that he mentioned was things such as pork chops, beef mince, more pork, chicken thighs, etc., etc. Now, here's the issue. You're having kind of a little bit of an Atkins diet, and I also asked him, how is your appetite, right? And there's a reason why I asked him that, and I said, do you have any pictures of your meals, right, basically? And he sent me a few. Now, there's all the reason why I'm asking this, because there's Atkins, right? Now, some people could lose weight on an Atkins diet. Why? Because they don't really have a major appetite, right? Now, someone like me, I've got an enormous appetite, which means if I'm eating 3 meals a day, I could very easily eat a plate full of meat. I've done it before, right? Easily. Pork chops, I'd eat about 12. And that's not me exaggerating. I'm being God honest truth. I could eat 12 pork chops and then, you know, a couple hours later, go back for some like hamburgers. Well, obviously without the buns and all that kind of stuff and whatever. So I had a look at what he was eating, and it wasn't just protein, because a lot of the stuff that he was eating had fat with it. Pork chops has fat in it. Now, when you're having animal protein, you are going to have some sort of fat content that comes with it. Now, for those of you who may not know, regarding calories, right, you have protein coming in at 4 calories per gram. Carbohydrates come in at 4 calories per gram, and then fat comes in at 9 calories per gram. Now, obviously, if you're overeating the fat, it's gonna get stored because fat is an energy source, right? So when I looked into it, basically this guy was eating enough fat to meet his energy needs, so the protein wasn't really being converted and he was spilling over on the fat, which meant he was getting fatter. It's very easy to overeat fat. Very, very, very motherfucking easy. And before you know it, you've got a couple 100 grams of fat in your diet, right? An example, a pack of cashew nuts, which is not hard to eat, right, could give you a whopping 70 grams of fat, right? So that was what was happening. So it wasn't the fact that he was eating just protein, because if you had just protein, then yeah, you'd be in a caloric deficit. Your body would be transferring it into glucose via gluconeogenesis and all that, because there is not an energy source, right? There was no energy, and that was the problem. So that was the answer to the question, and anyone that might be in a similar predicament, that's the answer. Best thing to do is, even if you're eating, you know, just protein, but it's via animal protein, you know, meat and all that. Track it. Make sure you're not going over your calories. You know, you can easily go over your calories by about 1 or 2,000. And yeah, what's gonna happen? You're gonna put on body fat, or you're gonna put on body fat. So be aware, guys. Track your shit if you're gonna do a, you know, protein only diet, animal protein. And yeah, please like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section, let me know your thoughts. If you have a question you like answered, please get at me by my various social media platforms, or you can leave it in the comment section and I will get back to it. The best questions I turn into a video just like this, and they're featured on my YouTube. For any kind of personal training, be it in person or online, look in the description for ways to get at me, or check out my website. It's again in the description for a full list of my services as well as my prices. And you know it by now. Train hard, keep alive, get that dirty pump, and I will see you on the next one.